Cali Ojo. How can I help
I'm here
you?
to see Don Maeda about an important interview we're doing.
Sure, great. If I could just get your ID and have you sign in here, we'll be good to go.
For one, since the WikiLeaks came out, I'm not going to trust the computer, and two, I don't have an ID on me. I ride a dirt bike. I can't carry a wallet.
Unfortunately, we can't let you in the building unless we have you do sign off.
I'm here to see the brown feller named Don Media.
Okay.
That's what I need to do today.
All right, great. And once we get your ID and have you sign in, we can make sure that happens.
You want to see my ID? I want to
sir.
see your ham hockers. Tomato. Let's just do this.
All right, well, I think you need to leave. I'm going to call security.
Well, I'm going to get out of here then. Oh! Looky, there's the chopstick right there.
Hey, Ron, sorry I'm late.
Yeah, they won't even let me in the building, man.
No?
No.
Well, are you messing up my sponsorship?
No, man, they said something about me being some cool badass motocrosser that steal all their women.
Ah, okay. Well, hey, let's just film around the back.
All right, let's
I'll meet you back there. Hey, welcome to Swapmoto Live, presented by OGO. My name's Don Maeda, Editor-in-Chief of Transworld Motocross Magazine, and today, out back, I'm joined here by Mr. Ronnie Mac.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Hey, I stocked you up pretty well.
I see that. About 6 or 9 left in there. That's exactly how I want it.
You know, this Yeti cooler keeps stuff cold for what, 69 hours?
Yeah, I'd say more like 6 or 9 days.
6 or 9.
Yeah,
not 69.
It's good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's good. Listen to country music, they'll tell you.
Why are we back behind the building, man?
Well, we're back behind the building because, you know, it's kind of a bullshit deal, right? Like, we walk in there to Callaway and they want to say, oh, well, you're not allowed without an ID or to check in or anything like that. And it's kind of BS because I'm in the golf scene, you know. I don't know about, you know, the clubs or the putters or the balls or anything like that, but I did help Tiger Woods win the other weekend. He came to me, he'd been training with me for a couple weeks because his problem was why he lost for so long. The man was so horny, he was blind, he couldn't see the ball. So I had to, you know, maintain his horniness scale throughout the day and let him know, like, look, if you get super horny, you ain't gonna be able to see the ball, you can't win. And, you know, I go through the same problems and any elite athlete does. And we got that wrangled down, and I'm gonna say he's gonna be a winner probably from now on. Yeah,
is the horniness affects the squint of his eyes, you think?
Yeah, well, no, you go blind, completely blind. You can't see anything. You need to see an eye dog at that point. And, you know, he was out there trying to golf blind like an idiot. And I said, look, man, you got to do whatever you got to do. Get that horniness out of you, because once you go blind, you can't do nothing. You know, not even Ronnie Mac can win a race when he's horny and blind.
Okay, we're backing up a little bit here. I was thinking about last night when I was taking my notes. I saw the first Ronnie Mac video, Trey Kennard's crazy neighbor Ronnie Mac, right?
Yeah.
And you were in Kickstart 4, the final chapter. I believe that we were the first mainstream people to jump on the Ronnie Mac freight train.
You know, you guys were out there, you saw the speed. You know, there's no denying the speed that was displayed out there at the Trey Kennard compound in Shawnee, Oklahoma, my hometown. And, you know, you were the first, but that's the thing, like with the media and everything and the YouTubes, it's easy to show speed now. Everybody before was like, oh, who's Ronnie Mac? Well, now they know.
Now they know.
Thank you.
So we jump-started Ronnie Mac's fame, I guess?
Well, I mean, you did nothing. I did everything.
Yeah, you did everything.
Remember that. Yeah. Like, don't be taking credit where it's not due.
Okay, so back up a little bit. How did you meet Trey?
Well, you know,
because that's where I met you.
I'm from Shawnee, Oklahoma, and he come in there and he built this big compound or whatever, and he's, oh, well, only private athletes could come out here and train for the big motocross races and all this stuff. And, you know, I told him, when I came up to his house, I said, I'll jump every single one of them jumps further than you. And, you know, Trey at the time, he was a little bit feisty, you know. He was like, he was upset that I said that. So he's like, well, bring it on. Come try to out jump me. And I out jumped him by at least 6 or 9 feet. And he said, all right, you can ride out here now. And, you know, after that, I really just started training him, you know, like anytime he needed a jump that needed to be jumped that was too big or something that he was a little bit scared about, he'd say, hey, Ronnie, come over here and do this for me so you can show me how to do it right. And, you know, that was his secret for so long. Obviously, he's retired now, moved on, but, you know, the legend still lives. I'm still here.
You're still here. Where did you develop your unique style? You know, sometimes you're really nose high, other times you're really nose low, but you always land it. I've never seen you crash on a jump.
Well, here's the thing, like, my style is God-given, and that's you don't need to laugh about God, all right? Okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna come out here to California and do your interview. Don't be laughing at the good Midwesterners' belief in God, okay?
Yeah.
It's God-given talent. You can't teach it. It's not written in a book nowhere. You can't read it. You can't read about it. Your teacher's not going to say, oh, do this, you're going to be great. It's just God-given, and that's it. That's why I always can pull out of it. You know, that's the only thing I pull out of is nasty endos or nasty air wheelies. That's about the only thing I can ever pull out of.
Yeah. Okay, so when I interviewed you back then, what, 4 some odd years ago, I asked you if you'd ever been busted by the cops for doing wheelies down the road, and you said that Ronnie Mac can't be busted.
No. I mean, at the end of the day, like, they can take me in, they can put me in jail, and they can do whatever, but I can't be beat. I will still come back every single time. You know, they can do whatever. They can arrest me, they can do whatever, but you know what? Eventually, I'm going to come back.
Okay. Well, going back a little bit to your neighbor and former riding buddy, Trey Kennard. I know I've been there several other times to his compound to work with him, and didn't see you. Maybe you're out of town or maybe you were in jail. But your bike used to be there, stored there. And what was the issue? Because sometimes I saw Trey would like put a t-shirt over your number plate.
Yeah, you know, he didn't like the 69. And, you know, well, that's not my fault. That's a family number, you know. 69 is what I've always been. And he wants to say, oh, that's sexual, you know. Like, it's nothing about the... Yeah, do I enjoy 69? Yes. Do you enjoy 69? Yes. Everybody enjoys 69. But it's just a number. And at the end of the day, he'd like to just sit there and flip my numbers upside down and make it 99 and do that. And so one day I told him, I was like, listen here, Trey, when you're flipping it to 99, that means that 2 dudes are having sex. And the good Lord Jesus does not believe in that.
This is true.
If you want to sit here and flip my numbers upside down and make it like 2 men are having sex, that's bad.
That's bad.
Not good. Jesus does not approve. So after that debacle we had there, it seemed to be cleared up. You know, we never had the numbers switched over.
Okay. Well, hey, on that note, we're going to take a quick break to hear from our sponsors, but when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about the Oklahoma Posse.
Hey guys, Marvin Biscayne here. Liad is giving away 1-leg brace every week during 2018. For your chance to win, send your best thrill moment, and for more details, check out Liad on social media.
Since 1973, FMF has been about getting more out of riding motorcycles. More power, more wins, more fun. Innovation and American craftsmanship makes FMF today's leader in performance. FMF, feel the power.
Hey, welcome back to Swapmoto Live, presented by OGO. I'm Don Maeda, and I'm joined here behind the building with none other than Ronnie Mac, who I first met in Oklahoma. And if I'm not mistaken, weren't we in a place called Kickapoo?
Well, yeah, Kickapoo.
It's Kickapoo's the Indian tribe.
Well, that's the thing. There's a bunch of Indians around there, and like the Justin Bogles and the Colt Nichols, you know, they're the Indians. They kind of run the city. They own the casino. They're rich as hell. They run life in Oklahoma. Yeah. And you know what? Like, it's really one of those things where us true-hearted white Americans, you know, we feel bad for what we had done before in the past. And, you know, we want to give them a street name every now and then, or a casino to make some money. And, you know, you look at them boys, and that's the reason why they're doing so well. They're just operating off all that casino money.
So, Bogle and Nichols are effectively sponsored by Kickapoo Casino?
No, not Kickapoo. There's Black Fox, and there's, you know, Fire Lake. And, you know, they're sponsored by them. They don't expect any sort of payback or any sort of shout out, because at the end of the day, they're Indians, and that's what they do. You know, the Indians, they stick together.
So, Bogle's got a pretty promising, you know, rap career. Has he ever rapped about you in any of his songs, or have you joined him on a track or two?
He don't want to collaborate with me because, you know, I don't listen to that rap crap. It's a bunch of hooligans talking about what they want. You know, I'm gonna show you what I want. And you know, every now and then I like to pick up the guitar and sing me a little song, but, you know, I don't know about this technology and these beats and these, you know, headphones they like to wear or whatever. I'm just
kind of big, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not me, you know, so I'm not gonna go out there and try to be somebody I'm not.
Okay. Well, speaking of who you are, you know, last year you proved to be quite a hell of a competitor at the Red Bull Straight Rhythm. How was that for you?
Well, you know, Red Bull Straight Rhythm last year, it sucked for me. I didn't win, you know, and at the end of the day, I feel like people expected me to win, and I didn't come through. People all the time will say, "Oh, what happened, Ronnie?" Well, for one, the gate man, he screwed me over.
Did he?
You know, he was only supposed to hold the gate for so long, and he went over that time, so I didn't get the whole shot in the main event. And then after that, you know, I would gotten so wrapped up in thinking about winning the damn race that I forgot to do my normal routine, you know, kick back a few PBRs before the main event, going, you know, do a little smooshy with a woman before, you know, and that was my whole thing. Is what people don't realize is during that main event, I was blind. I had no vision. So even if the gate would have been dropped on time, I don't even know if I would have been able to see it. You know, I don't even remember the crash.
Were you blind with horniness?
Huh?
Were you blind because you were so horny?
Yeah, you get so horny, you're blind. And that's, you know, that's something that every top competitor struggles with. You know, every elite athlete. Like I was saying, Tiger Woods struggled with it for a while. He's the best ever in golf, just like I'm the best ever in motocross. You struggle with the horniness and the blindness. You know, you got to keep up on that.
Yeah. I've not encountered that, but I think I interviewed you after the race, and you said you crashed and you took a handlebar to the rim skin or something.
Yeah, well, you know, I took a handlebar everywhere. People don't realize I broke a couple ribs in that crash, you know. And what really screwed me on the whole deal was, you know, they say my front brake wasn't working right, and I don't use the front brake anyways. That was the AMA telling me I needed a front brake on the motorcycle to race it, you know, that wasn't it. The problem was that after the crash, that leaves me no time to do anything but straighten the bike up and try to, you know, do interviews with everybody and all that. My horniness was still there. Just because I got 2 broken ribs doesn't make me any less horny than I was before I took off. So I get back up there and I'm still so damn horny I can't see anything. I didn't even know I lost the race. It was 6 or 9 days until I realized I had lost that race. I was going around saying, oh yeah, it was great, I won the straight reel, no one ever touched me. And they're like, no you didn't. I see it back on the TV and it was a complete shocker.
Well, I saw a video recently. You got some improvements on the old Screaming Eagle.
Yeah, you know, it's been kind of nice taking the summer off a little bit. Like I said, I worked with Tiger. That was cool to kind of meet another athlete who's going through the same problems that I was. Help him out. But then we also, you know, we've been testing with riders on the Screaming Eagle. And then when Chad Reed came out and rode the Screaming Eagle, you know, what ended up happening was he got some good feedback, man. You know, you get another top athlete like that on the Screamer. You know, obviously, he wanted to sign with us. And I just told him, look, we don't got room. You know, how can you be better than Ronnie Mac, right? Like, sorry, Screaming Eagle doesn't have room to have some chode sitting on top of him, some commie. So, at the end of the day, like, that was good testing we got from Chad Reed. You know, there's a little bit
I've heard that he's a really good test rider. There's some top guys that have no feedback. They're kind of numb.
Yeah, you know, people want to, you know, talk crap on Chad Reed and say all this stuff, but that's the one thing is he can dial a bike in, and we got him out there on a Screamer, and he was ripping around, and he gave me some good feedback. You know, he went about 6 or 9 clicks the other way, and I was like on the suspensions, and I was like, man, this feels great. Yeah. And I was like, all right, let's do this. Let's do this. So this is a good gateway for me. And obviously now he's going riding banana bikes like some asshole. But at the end of the day, we got some good out of it.
Can I ask you something? Did Chad put a crystal on your bike?
No, man. He had the crystals, and I told him straight up.
I've only heard about him. Did you get to see him?
He had all the crystals, and he was saying that this is what's gonna make the bike balance and work. And this is, you know, these crystals have power. And I said, no, crystals are for women. And are you a woman? And he said, well, no. And I said, you ain't gonna put no fucking crystals on that bike. And sure enough, no crystals, guess what happened?
He hauled ass.
He hauled serious ass. He hauled all the ass that was in the country. All the ass in Oklahoma was hauled that day.
It was.
Yeah, he didn't test the bike. Literally, he just came there to haul ass.
So this year, will the bike have the NASA technology?
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, that was the thing. You know, last year what happened was, you know, I was blind, obviously couldn't see, but you know, I slipped a foot peg, and it was my fault. You know, there were some other things that were more important. You know, we had to go get beer and stuff like that. We weren't able to go get new foot pegs for it, and we couldn't find them.
Did you ever consider that maybe your foot slipped off because of that fine footwear there that you're wearing?
Oh no, not at all. I mean, this right here, I've had these boots for years. You know see, that's the thing. You're from, you know, China or whatever. You don't know nothing about good footwear. They probably still. I'm surprised you even have shoes on. It was definitely not the boot's fault. It was the bike. You know, it's just been torn and tattered over these years, and we couldn't find foot pegs for it. So, as you probably seen in my latest video for Straight Rhythm, I went back in time and I went to the test track. And you know what's funny is there's a fella that looked a lot like you there, and I don't mean to be stereotypical, but he looked like, and he was a NASA tech. You know, he was the Honda tech, and NASA was working with him. And I ended up going there and finding them foot pegs and showing them boys how to ride, and now I'm back with a new set of foot pegs for Straight Rhythm this year. I think that's going to be the X factor.
And snap-on, not chopsticks?
No, of course not chopsticks. That's a problem, man. Nowadays, these riders want to talk about testing their bikes. The bottom line is, it ain't built in America, man. They're just communist dirt bikes that are trying to kill everybody. That's why everyone's getting hurt. That's why everybody's having these crashes, because these dirt bikes aren't built for a true-blooded American to race. And when I take that NASA technology onto the track, I show everybody why America is the best country on the planet, is because NASA built this motorcycle and is the fastest bike on the planet. And guess what? America built Ronnie Mac as well. And I am the fastest rider on the planet, and we do magic together. Not any type of dark magic or bad magic. We're talking about good, clean, wholesome magic.
I was just as excited as everybody else when we heard the announcement that you, Travis, and Ryan Sipes were going to race for Team Puerto Rico. But what happened?
You know, it's just a bunch of bullshit. That's what happened. At the end of the day, America came to me and they asked me to be on the team. And I said no, because at the end of the day, I wanted to help the Niños out. You know, I wanted to help the Puerto Rican people recover their country. You know, I do this good deed. Finally, Ronnie Mac doing something good. He's going to donate to charity and do something nice. And the AMA and DMX Sports, they sabotaged me.
Did they?
They did. You know, they just made up a bunch of stuff and got me kicked off the team because I wouldn't ride for them. You know, they knew deep down inside that Puerto Rico was coming there to win that race. And now they don't have their team captain. They're not worried about it. They got some old fat dude with a beard.
Yeah, what did you think of Kevin Windham as your replacement? I mean, to many fans and people, he's a legendary guy. You know, he's K-Dub.
Yeah, I mean,
he's the man of the transfers.
He's awesome, but he's also the leader of the Commie Army. You know, he's the one who started the 4-stroke deal.
He kind of is.
You saw him out there. He beat the Charmichaels on the Screaming Eagle. He's on a 250, and he goes out there and now he's winning races. And that was the tipping point for motocross, right? He caused all that.
He came back on the 4-stroke.
So it would only be right that he comes and rides a 4-stroke and replaces Ronnie Mac and ruins everything, right? It just makes perfect sense to me.
Was the thought of him racing your Screaming Eagle ever brought up?
I mean, there was a thought of that, and they asked me, like, can he ride the Screaming Eagle? And I said, well, shit, I don't know. He's got to come here and try to ride it, I guess. And he knew full well that he didn't have the type of strength to hold on to a motorcycle that's putting out 69 horsepower, you know? Yeah. It just isn't for everybody. So
you know what it might be? He wasn't horny enough because he's got like 19 kids, right?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. He does have a lot of kids. His horniness is there. And I try to work with him on that, you know, and we had some back and forth conversations a little bit. And then once he even a 4-stroke, oh, God, I can't even say it without getting upset. Even a 4-stroke, when he started saying, oh, I'm faster on a 4-stroke, right then I knew it just wasn't right. You know, I backed away and said, all right, go ride your 4-stroke, be part of the Commie Army.
Yeah. Well, Kevin Windham, Ronnie Mac, I mean, it's a toss-up. I mean, you guys are both huge motocross icons. I have no beef with Kevin
Windham. You know, he's a good rider or whatever, but he's part of the Commie Army.
Oh.
Sorry. You know, every day in life is war. You know, you deal with the Commie Army, and I don't hate him as a person, but if he wants to go ride a 4-stroke, all right, that's cool. That's his choice, but that's not for me.
Okay. Well, hey, we're going to switch to a lighter, well, maybe not lighter, but switching subjects. 2 or 3 times now, your Instagram's been hacked, and you have this huge following. What's going on with that?
It's the Russians. It's the Russians and Germans collaborate and selling them to Turkey.
So what's the process? Do you call Instagram and say, hey, I'm Ronnie Mac, I need my shit back?
Well, you know what's stupid is, like, I went to the Instagram's head office and I told them, I was like, hey, and they say, hell, file an email or a complaint or whatever. I don't know if I can touch no computer. That's where the WikiLeaks come from. Like, you don't touch that. That's bad. It's bad news. Yeah. You know, I'm sitting there trying to have a man-on-man conversation with the Instagram saying you stole my account, I want it back. It's just like anything. Old Mark Zuckerberg, all he cares about is straight up just himself. And that's the thing. You know, I'm trying to run and operate my fan following wants to know exactly what I'm doing, and they take it away from us. It's, you know, communists at its finest.
So the first one was Ronnie Mac, 69, and now it's Uncle Ronnie?
Well, no, see, this has happened to us
Then you
before.
got some bullshit like underscores in there now, right?
Yeah, this has happened before. You know, what ended up happening was they took the Ronnie Mac 69 from us, and you know, at the time I was like, oh, whatever, 100,000 followers, I'll piss on it. You know, we'll start new. And we started that new a few years back, and now we're in superstardom, up to like 600,000 or 900,000 followers. And it ends up coming down to the simple fact that they steal it again. It's like, what are you doing? You're just trying to, like, it's just everybody out to get Ronnie Mac as usual. You know, nobody wants to see me succeed, even though I'm the best rider on the planet, of course. You know, everyone's just trying to freaking come out and sabotage me.
They all want a piece.
They all want a piece of the pie, man.
Hey, I heard that at some of the events, you can actually buy a Ronnie Mac signature beer bong. Is this true?
Oh yeah, man.
Hey, dude, that's...
No, man, it's all good. That's the all natural there. Don't even worry about it.
All right.
But the thing about the beer bongs is, you know, they had talked about the straight rhythms and stuff, and I'd go to Lowe's and make me a beer bong every now and then. And I was thinking, you know what? I'm gonna make some serious dough off this. I'm gonna go to Lowe's. I'm gonna make me some beer bongs.
Yeah.
And you know, I made beer bongs and you know, sold them for money, and it just helps the cause out. You know, we want to. With Ronnie Mac, it's like they don't understand how expensive it is to run a program like that. To keep Screaming Eagle running, you know, to keep me hydrated properly with good PBR beer. This is all stuff that costs money, so if I'm going to go and make some beer bongs and sell them, you know, piss on them.
Yeah.
Piss on them if they got a problem with it. People want to drink beer, they want to drink it fast.
When you're cruising the town over in Kickapoo Nation in Shawnee, Oklahoma, do you get recognized quite a bit?
Oh yeah, all the time, man. You know, it's kind of funny because I just look like average Joe, but people know, man. They know.
Is that why? Is that what the bandana's for? To hide the identity?
Well, I mean, no. Honestly, it's a long story how this all came about, but you know, at the end of the day, my father left me at a pretty young age. And people wonder, oh, why you always wear the helmet, Ronnie? Why you always wear the helmet? Well, shit, man. My dad tied this helmet onto me. He never taught me how to unbuckle my helmet. Or even how to fucking buckle it back. So I'm just like, well, shit, even if I find out how to buckle it, then I got to find out how to buckle it again. So I might as well just leave the fucker on, right?
Yeah. It's a good looking helmet.
Yeah, thanks.
What happened to the front?
Well, I mean, as you saw in Back to the Past, this is actually Jerry McGrath's old helmet. He was supposed to ride a full American-built machine and drink American beer, and he realized he wasn't quite the athlete that I was. He threw it down, and when he threw the helmet down, it broke the mouthpiece off. And, you know, that's how I kind of recovered this helmet.
Let's talk a little bit about the goggles. That's the Ronnie Mac signature beer goggle, correct?
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's anything PBR is Ronnie Mac's signature. I mean, at the end of the day, let's face it, it's the best beer on the planet.
Yeah.
It hydrates you the best. It does everything the best. You know, when these goggles came out, I realized that, you know, they're the only goggles that I was ever going to have to wear.
I noticed that your tear-off pin on the right side's gone. Like, are you not a big fan of tear-off?
You don't need tear-offs when you're pulling hole shots, baby.
When you're in front,
Tear-offs
right?
are for chodes.
For chodes.
Do I look like a chode to you?
No,
You smiling like I'm one?
Absolutely not, Mr. Mac. You're not a chode.
Good. Glad you're using Mister. That's nice.
Yeah. So
That's
can I
respect.
ask you what you think of my my Kawasaki KX450 in the back of my truck? You know what?
Well, I mean, between your Japanese bike and your Japanese truck and your Japanese face, it just makes sense, you know?
But whoa, I got to ask you about this.
And the Japanese writing on the beer.
But look, can you see that? There's Japanese writing on this Pabst.
Yeah, but what does it say in Japanese underneath it?
Well, I'm assuming it says blue ribbon.
No,
No?
it doesn't at all. It says Ronnie Mac is the best in Japanese, is what I'm reading. Drink up.
Oh, that is good.
Drink it in. It
is
feels
good.
good every time.
So Ronnie, is there anything that I have not touched on that we need to address in this episode of?
You can touch on anything. That's my rule. There's no rules.
Yeah. On that note, I think we're going to sign off, but if you like what we saw, definitely follow Uncle Ronnie 69 on Instagram. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Or don't, I don't give a fuck.
Bookmark transworldmx.com. And thanks to our sign holder here, Dahmer. Hey, do you know what the program is? You know, the hashtag the program, my guy Dahmer here.
Shit, I've been on the program for forever.
Do you like donuts?
At least 6 or 9 years.